Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today's game is going to be between Nitrix Daisuki and EG's DeMusliM. This is going to be a Terran versus Zerg, DeMusliM versus Daisuki here on the map, Antigua Shipyard. Get some player stats for you today. Starting off in the lower left-hand spawn position, our blue Zerg player is Nitrix Daisuki. It says Daisuki simply because of a lack of namespace, but he does go by Daisuki. Now, Daisuki took second place at the StarCraft 2 World Championship Series USA Nationals. Also took first place at the Nitrix Energy Cup. Now, both of these events were just about a week or so ago. One of them was on the 10th of this month, and the other one was on the 2nd. So pretty recent events here for Daisuki. Now, his opponent over here in the upper right-hand spawn position is, of course, EG's DeMusliM. Maybe a little bit more well-known to you if you watch my channel. DeMusliM is a player which I do quite a few commentaries on, simply because I just happen to get games with him in it. So, DeMusliM, when you take third place at the IEM Season 5 European Championship in January of 2011, and also took third place in the ESL Pro Series Germany Season 17, and this was actually in November of 2010. So those are the most recent events that I have here for DeMusliM in terms of kind of top qualifying positions there. So according to this, it's been quite a while since his last major victory. Nevertheless, though, DeMusliM is a strong player. Daisuki, looking forward to commentating this game. I do believe this is the first game of his that I have ever done a commentary for, so really excited about that. Let's go ahead and get things underway. Also, yeah, let me go ahead and do this. Last commentary, I did a drink recipe. Let's keep that flowing, shall we? Once again, I was a bartender full-time. That was my career before I started doing all this stuff on the interwebs with gaming. So let's do my favorite drink, which is a Long Island iced tea, and that's a pretty simple thing there. Equal parts of rum, gin, vodka, and triple sec, which is an orange liqueur. By equal parts, usually about half an ounce or a quarter of an ounce, depending on how you're feeling. Maybe a full ounce of each. It doesn't matter, but just make sure they're equal parts. Throw in 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of sour mix, and then top it off with some cola. Of course, served on the rocks. What a delicious beverage. Super sweet, though. Don't have too many of them. You'll literally get a headache from all the sugar. It's craziness. All right, Scout coming up here for Daisuki. He's going to be spawning this quick expansion here for DeMusliM. That is, of course, the danger of not building that expansion in your main, is that you do risk it being spotted by your opponent's scout. And unfortunately for DeMusliM, he didn't even see that Daisuki had snuck around his marine there. So great scouting there by Daisuki. He's got all the information he needs now. Now the thing here, though, the follow-up with DeMusliM is he's actually going straight to those double refineries, which will let him tech up. And we're probably, of course, going to expect a factory into some Hellions here for DeMusliM as a follow-up, giving him a bit of map control and everything like that. Now back over here for Daisuki, we can see now just coming out with that extractor. This is, of course, worth noting because it's going to be quite a while until that metabolic boost does come through when you go with this strong, mineral-heavy, droning up early game opening that we are seeing Daisuki do. However, he does still want to get that metabolic boost, probably because he is, I don't know if he's expecting it, but he at least wants to be prepared for the possibility of those Hellions. Now, you don't necessarily just need to go straight for that metabolic boost. We could have seen him just drone up and rely on a spine crawler and some queens to defend against any pressure, but nevertheless, getting that metabolic boost does certainly have its advantages. You can try to regain that map control. You can deal with Hellions a little bit easier, or whatever may be thrown your way. So there you have it. Taking a look at his vision, we do have this Overlord Scout, which will be used for sacrificial scouting within the next few minutes, most likely. Wouldn't be too surprised if we saw him pull up into the main. Although if he sees those Hellions, he might not be able to just hold back a little while longer with that. I might not need to just throw that Overlord into Scout just as early on. Scouting Zergling will be spotting the third just to see if DeMusliM does feel brave enough to take that. Also, we'll have a Scouting Zergling chilling out front here. Probably just going to go right here. Might check the ramp first just to see what's up there. And then should see him pull back. Is he going straight on in? Yes, he is. Goes all the way in. Gets a couple of shots on that marine. It confirms that that expansion has finished and is there. And then just loses his life. That's a sad tale, my friends. Creep spread coming down here for Daisuki. Also starting to formulate that wall off there, as you can see. Let's get that evolution chamber. We'll have that spine crawler there. Maybe see one more building over here. This alone is a great deterrent, forcing Hellions into this position when a push does come. Gonna be Hellion and Banshee, as you can see the tech lab Now on the starport here, Banshee coming through. No cloak research yet, but he does have those Hellions coming out and this Banshee, so gonna be some strong early on aggression here from DeMusliM. So let's keep an eye on things here as he starts off with these Hellions heading towards the center of the map. We are right now seeing Daisuki drone up. He is continuing up that wall off with another evolution chamber now. Hellions pushing forward, cancels off the creep tumor to stop those Hellions from taking it out. Hellions not going to be able to do too much here though. The Queen's a very strong deterrent. Again, we've got this wall off with that spine as well, so they'd be forced up here right into the face of those Zerglings, plus those Queens spitting spines at them. Wouldn't be the best situation for those guys. So again, not too much that they're going to do. A couple more Hellions out now. There is that Banshee making its way across the map. Now again, there is no cloak research. Overseer scouts out the main. Now he knows the Banshees are coming. He does see though that there's no cloak research coming through, so he shouldn't be too concerned about, of course, any cloak at all. He shouldn't be too concerned about getting cloak detection. So a lot of Hellions. Takes them quite a while, but they can still, of course, do some damage there to that Queen, so Daisuki does want to be careful. Now, we do see very, very early Infestation Pit here from him. He's got the Pathogen Glands also coming out right now. Nice Transfuse, saving that Queen. Scan of the high ground. DeMusliM will be able to take out that Creep Tumor right there. And looks like he's going to continue to try to push. We got a Macro Hatch being placed down. Hellions now trying to make their move right up into the main. Drops both the Queens and now starting to try to work on those Zerglings. Now, I was mistaken. He actually did not end up getting a Metabolic Boost. He instead opted for getting that quick layer and that quick Infestation Pit. We'll have to see how that turns out for him. Finally able to push back everything here. Takes out the rest of those Hellions as well as that Banshee. Let's take a look at the resources lost. DeMusliM actually behind after losing all those after losing that Banshee plus all of those Hellions, is transitioning into bio heavy here. You can see another Rax coming out. He's got 3 Rax churning units out at the moment. This one's actually coming out with a reactor, and we'll be placing that factory right on the tech lab. Nope, never mind. Decides not to do that. We'll be building it down here instead. Maybe just doesn't want it that close to the edge. Possibly, I mean, you would have to consider if there are roaches coming up and they got the range, they can actually take out the factory with vision to the high ground. That's just one of those, it's a small little nuance there if it happens, you know. You just have to be careful with building placements so close to the edge like that, especially where there's access at the bottom for something. So just something to consider. Now, we did have a Changeling in there, which I actually even missed. Was able to scout out everything. He knows exactly what DeMusliM's sitting with at the moment. Another expansion coming up for Daisuki. He's taking 2 hatches right now, one here at the 3rd, and this is going to be his 4th base, center of the map, high yield expansion. If he can get this up and running, it's going to be a very, very strong economy going there for Daisuki. Does have those infestors now popping up, Baneling Nest coming through, and very quick Hive coming out as well. Craziness. He's got 5 infestors at the moment, 1 more coming through, 10 Zerglings. Burrow research almost finished. Also melee attack level 1, finally starting that metabolic boost. Again, very intriguing opening there for Daisuki. Really, really holding off on those Speedlings for quite a while, opting to get those infestors much, much earlier. Now that's of course strong tech and a pretty big deterrent there to any follow-up quick marine drop or pressure. DeMusliM does have that opportunity though. We'll see if he decides to do that. I don't even know so much that he knows about those infestors. I don't think he does. Looks like he doesn't have the foggiest idea. I'm pretty sure he didn't see any infestors in that last engagement, so I don't think he's aware that infestors are out right now. And they are just filling up with energy, ready to land some nice fungals, throw down a couple infested Terrans. Metabolic boost still coming through. A little while until those Speedlings will be ready. We do have those Banelings now morphing in as well. Also Centrifugal Hooks starting. That is the speed upgrade. There's the scan. DeMusliM now spots it. Baneling Nest, Hive in play. Infestation Pit there as well. That's a pretty scary sight there for DeMusliM. Looks like he is still, though, going to start to mobilize. Stimming up a couple of those Marines there, pushing forward. You see their stim pack, and they're going to take out that Overlord very quickly. Still has to wait for that creep to recede, though. This is why I love to see this from Zerg players. It's just so frustrating to deal with as a Terran player. Because even after you kill it, look, you still got to wait. Have to wait till that creep actually pulls back. Speedlings now finished. Centrifugal Hooks almost finished as well, and Ultra coming through. 13 minutes game time, and we got Ultras coming out in just a minute. That's a riot. Love that heavy, heavy hard tech in there that we're seeing from Daisuki. Daisuki also saturating right now this high yield expansion. He's got the center of the map. Now, we're going to see a big push from DeMusliM at some point. It looks like we're also prepared to see some drop action. Patrolling Zergling spots that medevac, though. We got another medevac also moving from this direction. Let's see how effective this drop is. This is going to be a pretty big moment here. DeMusliM really looking to do some damage. Just some Speedlings and Banelings just waiting in the wings here. He is ready for it. Now, he doesn't know about this drop coming from this direction, though, so that's going to be the concern for him. Let's see how he manages. First medevac moving in. Second medevac now moving towards the third, so here comes a double drop. Oh, the Speedlings and Banelings, there we go. They pulled back, but they're still here. Gonna move forward. Takes out most of those Marines. It's almost all of them. Back over here, this drop. It will take out an extractor, continues to push. Killing off actually quite a few workers. Now that count is at 12, 13. Stimmed up Marines tear through them. Total of 19 workers killed, and DeMusliM with the awareness now, he's just got this one drop to handle. Able to lift off and pull back. That was successful right there. Resources lost. daisuki pretty far behind there. Oh, did he get a fungal? What are you doing? Fungal growth, that idiot. I'm not calling daisuki an idiot. I'm calling the medevac an idiot. Maybe he can't. I don't know. I don't know why he's not even trying. I could have figured a couple infested Terrans right there, plus a fungal growth would have taken that out, but maybe I'm ill-informed. Who knows? Scouting Marines push forward as DeMusliM gets ready to try to move to the center of the map. That medevac, nothing doing over there. He's not going to be able to do much at all. Marines and tanks plus the medevacs now pushing forward. DeMusliM getting ready to engage. Here come the Ultras. Tanks sieging up. Force everything back. Got a little bit of splash damage there. We're going to see daisuki push out, and he's pushing from multiple angles. Here come the infestors as well. You just see those fungals get laid down. Lots of those infestors get target fire down from the tank fire. A lot of damage, but still looks like he's got almost enough to overwhelm this. He's actually going to be forced back right now. Ultra is very, very low. Got 40 more Zerglings coming out. Also a greater Spire transition here planned. Another drop taking place over here. Speedling's going to move forward to try to deal with that. Forcing a lift off. Queen also getting a couple shots off. These Marines might take out this hatch in the center of the map. Getting a couple Marauders also in the mix there. Now they're going to be forced back here as more Speedlings join the fun. So another infestor in play as well. So that could have been much, much worse. It was still pretty bad though. Take a look here. You can see daisuki is behind at the moment. And DeMusliM continuing to churn out those Marines and tanks. Also getting these level 3 weapon upgrade there. And what is actually pretty low on those upgrades here. He's got 3 armor though, which is good. Couple lings over here. We should have some guys on the low ground as well to deal with this. Looks like DeMusliM isn't paying attention. Don't know why. He didn't have another engagement going on, so ended up just losing all that for really nothing. Corruptor also going to push forward, take out that medevac. Little battle of the forces here in the center of the map as both players try to maintain control. Obviously, having that vision is pretty pivotal just to see what's coming up against you. Tanks sieging up, not the place for daisuki to engage. He's going to be forced back again from DeMusliM. Infestor gets taken out. DeMusliM gets control of the center of the map. That's going to force daisuki off the mineral line here. At least for now. We do have a few Broodlords coming through. Now, are there any Vikings? No. There are no Vikings. He's going to have a very hard time. There we go. Finally transitioning into Vikings. But at this moment, he's going to have a hard time dealing with these few Broodlords here. It should force him to unsiege and push back, to be honest with you. Don't know if he's going to stay to try to take out the hatch or not. Oh, stemmed up Marines. Oh, get the Broodlord. Wasn't able to get that fungal and keep them at bay long enough. Tanks finally unsieging after he takes out the hatch. It was the time. daisuki pushes. Was a little hesitant there. Going to take some extra damage as a result, but looks like he's going to do enough damage here to force DeMusliM all the way back. DeMusliM forced back. Vikings moving forward. Start picking off these Broodlords. Not enough anti-air here. Could drop a few infested Terrans, but the Vikings will just push back. So these Broodlords are pretty much being sacrificed right now. Going to move forward with them, try to do what damage he can, knowing that he has just lost those. Coming out with a few more Speedlings and infestors as well. Looks like no more Broodlords are in the works here for daisuki. And again, daisuki has lost that center expansion there. At the same time, DeMusliM now moving into his center expansion at this high yield. Any more tanks coming out? Yeah, we do still have more tanks in production here. And pulling down with the SCVs. Big push coming from DeMusliM as he is moving down with SCVs now. He's going for it. Speedlings trying to overwhelm this Bioforce. Some good micro from DeMusliM. Sitting behind that mineral line as well. Keeping keeping those units alive. I'm sorry, I should have realized that they were going to mine there. For some reason I thought like, okay, so he's just all ending with SCVs now. That's strange, but no, he was just going to mine that high yield expansion. That's much more logical. Silly me. Still lots of bio here for DeMusliM. He is 2-3 right now. We do have a 3-2 for daisuki. daisuki having to deal with a couple of Marines harassing this expansion. Bio continuing to pull forward again. More tanks also joining up. daisuki really cannot lose another expansion. If he does, he is in some major, major trouble. More speedlings and ultras coming out. He's also got a few infestors. Just kind of walking by this bio here. Love the spread by DeMusliM. Really going to cut back on the effectiveness of banelings and fungal growths as well. I mean, just look at his army. It just spread so deep. That's what she said. Stimming up. Bio moving forward again towards this 4th base now. And here comes the push. Gonna see daisuki push from both sides. Fungal growth's going down. Oh man, that ultra gets dropped immediately. There's the good game from daisuki. Great play from DeMusliM there in those last final engagements. Fun back and forth this game between daisuki and DeMusliM. Quite an enjoyable TVZ, I would have to say so myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching, keep on.